Today we're working on this rear Camry wheel hub assembly. I took it out, took off the emergency brake, and unbolted some of the hoses for the caliper and the ABS connector back here. There's a little, I think it's right there in that inside. There's maybe where the clip is. Anyway, to get this out, it's just been kind of a big pain. This is what the new hub assembly looks like, and if you don't have the right tools and the concepts on this job, it can be kind of intimidating. I got this today, and basically you put that on these bolts here and put it on like so, and you're supposed to be able to hit it on top of the lever, and it's supposed to then walk out this back end of the hub. Unfortunately, the bolts that hold this guy in need to be in there in order for this let's see, to hold. So basically on the back of this over here, the bolts hold this back piece in on the opposite side, and so you need the bolts in there to mount to these bolt holes here to be able to pound on this hub assembly. So this tool by itself probably isn't the best tool, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of extra work on this job. I do have a second tool that's coming in today that has more of a bolt nut screw disassembly, and that may work as well. I tried to do it with this particular, it's not hardened steel, but I needed something that was having some long thread for this job, and it just didn't work out well, so that I had to scrap that idea. But let me show you what I'm doing on the old piece to get past this bolt issue over here. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm grinding out the 4 mounting bolt holes around the base there. Once I do that, I can put this whole piece back into the car. I can put my bolts in here, and my bolts will be holding against this smaller piece, but this bigger middle piece will be floating. And when that's floating, then I can put my tool on these 2 bolts here and then pound on it, and then this middle piece should just pop out. I couldn't do that because this, when you bolt that in, it's holding the middle piece down, and you can't really do anything at that point. And then this is where the bolts, they go through the back at that point. So the bolts have got to be in to hold this back piece here. This circular piece right here will pop out to the front, but it's in there pretty tight with all the corrosion and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that little cutting situation right here. So there's various ways of cutting it. I tried to potentially get in with my grinder, couldn't really get in with the clearance, so I scrapped that. I tried a Sawzall, and that was working okay, but I got this little Dremel with this nice little Dremel tip on it. You can get that at the hardware store. This one's getting a little bit small, so I've got to go find a new wheel for this, but it cuts through relatively quick. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut at least one more, if not all four of them. And that's the little battery pack tool that I got, and it's really good for cutting steel and in small areas. So this is a handy little tool if you ever want to pick one of these up. It works for these little jobs that you need some unique fitting into small places. Anyway, I'm going to continue on with cutting this after I get a new grinding wheel. After I get that on, I will come back with some more video action on this job. But I think that's between cutting these off, these four base units where the bolts are going through, and putting the tool on here, the hammer tool, that should be able to pop out. And if not, I've got another tool coming in later today that would inject a bolt down here, and I'd have to push it down on a secure base and then push this piece up that way. But I tried that, didn't move too much, so I think this hammer tool is going to be the best option for this particular repair. Once you have the tools and the know-how on how this job flows, it shouldn't really be that nasty of a job, but getting to that point of knowledge is the key. Thank you. Okay, so we're cutting the little slits. As you can see, I didn't break those away with a hammer or a screwdriver yet. I'm not sure if I want to do that when it's not on the vehicle. That middle piece is now somewhat ready to pop off. So let's see what happens when we get to that point. Take a look at progress. As you can see, there's some separation, and then these are all cut, these four. So anyway, I'm hitting this thing right here with the sledgehammer, and it does appear that it's making some progress here. So I guess I'll just keep on doing that, get the separation. And then also you can hit it from the side, or you can bring this thing up to the top. So I am going to hit it from the top a few times. I think it's going to be coming out here shortly. So got some cracking going on there, which is a great sign. Well, after a lot of cutting, grinding those little legs off, this finally came out with this little tool here. Looks like there's a lot of corrosion. Here's what the inside looks like. I'm going to clean that up a little bit and take off those four bolts, put on the new hub, tighten her up, and get this repair moving along. But without this tool, it would have been like pulling teeth to get this thing apart. So glad that I got this tool. It's like a $40 tool off of Amazon. Extremely worth every penny. Anyway, we move forward. Okay, this is the back plate that I'm going to be putting back on shortly. I guess that didn't work out too well. Anyway, I was just going to show you on the brake shoes how this goes together. Basically, these come here like so. There's some pins that come from the back, and they slide through these. This is the emergency cable that is underneath. Here, let me put that down there. So that's going to go on the bottom side little stud comes, I think, through that hole right there. And then this piece right here, hole to the right, it sits on that little metal cable piece, and then it goes between these two pads here. Let me hit the pause button for a sec. All right, so that little emergency lever where the cable hooks on underneath on the back side goes right through there. This little bridge goes like so with the hole on the right hand side. I believe this spring right here goes in that little hole there. Then you gotta clip it up there. That's a blue one. Could be, yeah, it's blue. And then this other little spring on this side goes here. And then you just gotta stretch that to get it up to that point. I kind of wanted to put this together off the car, but probably not going to do that. So what I'll probably do, take all the shoes off and the whole 9 yards, and then put the hub. You can see where the hub rests in here. So I'll probably just put the hub in there, the new hub, and then we'll get this assembly in there. Let's see here. Also, whoops, just dropped something. So these little pins right here, they've got like a little slot on them. Those are the ones that go into here. So you put these in from the back, push them up through the holes. There's probably some holes down here, and then they come up here, and then you twist them 90 degrees, and they'll lock in there. So I actually misplaced one of these, so I have to either find it or put one on order. So that's what's going on with your emergency brake shoes and what that looks like.